Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another comparison. Don't know why I keep moving me hands around. Haven't got a bloody clue. Right, this comparison is a BrewDog comparison. And we are facing two shops against each other. Yes, that's right. Not beers, but shops. We have got a BrewDog beer. Brewed for the SPAR called Sprucy Lucy. This is a West Coast session pale of 4.5% ABV. And we're going to put that against another BrewDog beer, which is a session IPA at 4.5% ABV. And it's the ALDI IPA. Now, if we weren't comparing these two beers, and if someone said to me, you got 15 quid, you can either spend it in ALDI or spend it in SPAR, who are you going to choose? You're going to choose ALDI. SPAR is too expensive, and really, I only used to go to SPAR if I wanted to get a porno video from the video club. Anyway, that's the only time I used SPAR. Back in the day, haven't been in a SPAR for years, but I know there's a really good SPAR out in Wales that does a hell of a range of craft beer, and I can't remember where it was. It is in a place named very Welsh with lots of L's in the name and lots of U's and A's and D's. There you go. It's somewhere over there anyway, this SPAR supposed to be. Anyway. So we're going to compare these two beers. Now, I know for a fact I think that's got sriracha in that. I've got different hops in. I know that as far. I shall read the spiel for you on these. These were both in relative 4-packs from their relative. Now, they were both in 4-packs from the relative outlets. There you go, got that out of the way. So it's 4.5% ABV. Let's just crack them open, shall we? Just crack them open instead of just going on, mindlessly going on about waffle. And I suppose you can get waffle from both of these shops. Right, let's get a whiff. Bearing in mind they are different styles, I'm just going to choose which one I prefer. They smell very different. Of course they would. They're different styles, must put different hops in. There is a slight pine note from the ring on that one, which is very, very refreshing. Smells refreshing. And the ALDI one is more of a fruitiness for me. So they smell very, very different, but they actually smell not bad. Okay, so let's get them in the glass and see what it's all about. Let's get the SPAR one in. You must be asking, well, why are you doing this? Well, these have been lying about for ages, these two beers, and I thought myself, well, they're both BrewDog beers, they're both the same ABV, and they're named after shops. Why not? Why not indeed? So it could be completely different. In appearance wise, I don't know, you know. There we go. Let that settle for a minute. Oh, I'll tell you what, appearance wise, they're very, very similar from here. Very, very similar. So, I'll get them out of the way for a minute, as long as I know what one's what. So, appearance. Where the colour's concerned, they are exactly the same, I would say. They may look different to you on your side because the light's over there. And so it could be shining on one beer more than the other. But colour is more or less exactly the same. There is a difference. There is a thin film of sediment in the ALDI one, more than the SPAR one. The SPAR one looks more clear. Head-wise, as you can see, the ALDI one's holding its head better than the SPAR one. So let's get a whiff. I think the SPAR one's got more to it for me. There is, like I say, that pine, slight earthy feel to it. And to be honest, the ALDI one's a little bit more, slightly more fruity. It's the same. It's the same. So let's go in, shall we? Let's go in with the SPAR one first. Cheers. For me, it feels like you greet it with all the flavour at once, then it just disappears. So you do get a slight pine note with a slight earthy feel to it. That earthiness goes towards the back end. It's quite dry, clings to your mouth. The body of the beer is on the thin side. Okay, let's go with the ALDI. Cheers. Again, you greet it with a lot of hoppy notes, a burst of hoppiness, a burst of lemon bitterness, grapefruit, and orange wine note. Then it disappears. Then you got not as dry or earthy. There's not really much after that to carry on to the back end. There is a slight hint of bitterness. So there is similarities, even though these are using completely different hops. There is similarities in the way the beer is. What you're getting on both beers is a big burst of flavour. Then you're getting a slight earthy dryness to carry the beer along on the SPAR one, and on the ALDI one you're getting a kind of like a little note of bitterness to carry it along. The mouthfeel between both, slightly more carbonation in that, but genuinely they are very, very similar. But is there a better beer out of the two? I think they both have their flaws, and the flaws are really exactly the same, and it's all down to the body and the taste. Like I say, both of them have got big bursts of flavour on that front end. Then it kind of like, falls a bit thin towards the back end. So, to be honest, yeah, you can tell the different hops between them, the different styles. Like I say, this is a sessionable Indian Pale Ale. This is a sessionable West Coast Pale. If I had a choice between the two, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, this. It's genuinely a tough one to choose between the two. I think it's more or less, it's not a case of which is the better beer. It's kind of like which beer, which beer is a personal preference for me. This one, it's kind of like, which is your personal preference, the SPAR or the ALDI? Do I like dry earthiness, or do I like bitterness? For me, I do like my bitterness, but it has to be, it has to be a bitterness which you remember for a long time. And I mean like something like a Stone IPA, a big pine bitter note, and I love that. For me, my favourite out of this, I'm going to have to go with the Sprucy Lucy. And the reason why I've chosen that over the ALDI is because, for me, a session beer, if it isn't full on bitterness for me, it doesn't work with me. With a session beer, I prefer the earthy feel to it, to be honest. I like the earthiness on a session beer more than the bit. If the bitterness isn't there to carry that session beer or to fill the void of a slightly watery body, I go for something like an earthy beer, an earthy session beer, and that's exactly what this is. So one more for the road. Thank you so much for watching this beer comparison. I mean, BrewDog have done some stinkers. I'm not saying these beers are perfect, but for me, the Sprucy Lucy beats the ALDI IPA for me. I think it's not bad at all. Thank you so much for watching this one. Oh, that was a good one, that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this one. Check them both out. Go to your relative stores and pick them out. And if you try them, let us know in the comments and everything. And I shall see you again on another beer review. Look after yourselves. Take care. Bib bib.